the Dogfish Head Brewery, Sam Calagione.
It's been a long, strange, but wonderful trip.
From the Boston Beer Company, Jim Cook. Welcome back to the Friday Beer Buzz, Jim.
Well, it's nice to be back.
Here normally from Aberdeenshire in Scotland. From Brewdog, we have James Watt and Martin Dickey. Welcome to the show, guys.
Biggest mission today is just to make other people passionate about state craft beers as we are.
And now, the three-time winner of the Pennsylvania Association of Broadcasters Excellence in Broadcasting Award, the recipient of 2 Pennsylvania Associated Press Broadcasters Association Awards for Excellence, promoting and advancing the craft and microbrew culture in Northeast PA. This is another edition of
The Friday Beer Buzz!
The Friday Beer Buzz, powered by Sabatini's Pizza and Sabatini's Bottle Shop and Bar in Exeter. Sabatini's, the area's greatest selection of rare, craft, and imported beers. Growlers and Crowlers and 37 rotating drafts at Sabatini's Pizza and Sabatini's Bottle Shop and Bar, Wyoming Avenue in Exeter. Lindo Sabatini is with us. Hi, Lindo.
Good morning.
Hey, anything exciting going on this weekend?
Not really.
NCAA is going on.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah, I know. That's the, you throw the thing in the hoop.
Lindo, you must be important. I've been here all morning. She hasn't once asked me about my weekend, so.
Yeah.
Well, she's heard you. I mean,
Yeah, I guess. I put that kind of vibe out there. We also have Bill.
Bill from mybeerbuzz.com with us as well. Hi, Bill.
Hey, happy Friday.
Happy
I was
Friday.
thinking about it over the weekend. I think we should take a run at the one-word answer show like last week.
The one-word answer
yeah.
show.
I remember
Oh, yeah.
last week it was like, hi, Lindo, hi. How are you? Fine.
How's business? Wonderful.
good.
Do you like being here?
Nancy,
Maybe.
Nancy, I don't know if you remember, but back in the day, we had an in-studio guest, and he kind of sees stuff, and he was doing the one-word answer thing, and we resorted to asking him about what he had in the roof rack of his car parked out in the parking lot. It was
I recall
one
that.
of those frightening
I
shows.
recall that. It was, we've had guests that talk a lot, but I very much remember that one. And I also remember the guest who swore like over and over on the phone. That was hysterical. Anyway.
Yeah, I had, for that guy, I had a list of like 15 questions, and he went through my 15 questions in like a minute.
Right.
Well, that'll teach you to come out with 15 questions. I would have brought 3.
I know.
Hope for the best. Hope I got 2 answers. But
Thank God.
you got beer news?
So
What do we have today?
I do, but I gotta ask you a question. What did you guys change? I'm hearing you guys loud and clear. You're not on Sputnik for me anymore. Did you
Right.
change
Now, yes,
something
we
there?
have a brand new telephone system. So how about that?
Yeah, so we sound.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good.
Yay.
So you're telling us it's an improvement. Thank you. It's good to know.
It's huge. I did not even think I was on the air. I thought, well, they forgot to switch me because we didn't.
No, we're here. In the past, we've kept you off. We kind of giggle. No, I'm kidding. No.
Joke's on you. You're doing your own show.
Hey.
Yeah, so we do have a Deer Buzz, and our Deer Buzz is a question that I get asked a lot, and that's, these are the kind of questions that I like to answer on the air. And the question is, what is the Reinheitsgebot? And it's a funny sounding word, and it's a German word, and it goes back to 1516, and it is the name of the German beer purity law. And this is a law put in place by many of the German states, but it dates back to the Holy Roman Empire, believe it or not. And it says that beer can only have water, barley, and hops. And they don't include yeast in that list, because yeast was sort of part of the process or a fixture in the process, and so they didn't really understand fermentation completely then. But the law really just states that beer can only have water, barley, and hops. And they actually chose barley very specifically because wheat and rye were reserved for bakers, for breads and for foods. And as you know, the Americans have destroyed and stained the Reinheitsgebot because we put, chocolate and smoked goat brains and all kinds of stuff in here.
The usual toppings.
But German beers, many German beers still adhere to this Reinheitsgebot, and it's still it still actually includes things like the pricing of beer, because back in the day, people would be all over the place with pricing, and if you violated the Reinheitsgebot, your beer was considered impure and it was confiscated, and the German government would dump it.
Wow.
So that's what the Rhine High School boot is. If somebody asks you that question now you can answer.
I'm going to say call Bill. That's a tricky answer, but
Did
still.
they really dump it, or did they go behind the barn and chug it? I mean, I don't think they do.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of like when your parents would get mad at you and steal your candy, like, you cannot have this, and they sit back and eat the Twizzlers.
When I got in trouble for fireworks as a kid, did the cops really throw them out? No, they had a good 4th of July. They loved those
I
fireworks.
thought they
Yeah, I never thought of that, but sure. Yeah, they probably drank your beer,
You
too.
see all the prohibition photos of them smashing barrels on the side of railroad tracks and dumping the alcohol. So
Right.
I don't know. You know, the Germans.
But that was a different thing. That was
beer.
constitutional, though. That was a little different. This isn't. We got to get to beer news because we also have the beer in front of us. I want to drink it. I can't drink it until we get through this. So
You can taste
I'm
it.
thirsty. Now I'm thirsty. Okay, fine.
You can drink it. We have beer news. Our first bit of beer news comes from Comstock, Michigan, and the Bell's Brewery. Bell's making a lot of breaking news now these days. They're coming out with a beer called Unite, Celebration, Sparkle, and Smash. And it will be a Belgian-style triple, which is a reasonably strong beer. It's 8% ABV, and it's being brewed for International Women's Day 2022, where it was brewed for that. And it's a smash beer. And if you're unfamiliar with smash, it's an acronym for single malt and single hop. And so this beer uses malt and hops sourced from women-led businesses. So I think that's kind of a cool way to approach International Women's Day. We also have a new beer from Bell's coming to the Wheat series that is called Quite Bright. And it is a Belgian-inspired wheat ale that is 5% ABV. That will be packaged in 12-ounce and 16-ounce cans. Oscar Blue is one of our favorite breweries, even after they've been purchased by Monster Energy, is coming out with BA22 Volume 8, and that is an imperial stout that is aged in both port, wine, and rye whiskey barrels. That beer hits 12.5% ABV in 12-ounce cans. And our last little tidbit, one of my favorite Colorado breweries, Avery Brewing Company, is coming out with the 62nd release in their barrel-aged series. It's going to be called Imperialis, and that will be an imperial stout that is aged for 6 months in a variety of different kinds of bourbon barrels, and then blended all together in the end in 12-ounce bottles. And that beer hits 12.7% ABV. That's our beer news for the day. And as always, you can click on the Breaking Beer News tab on mybeerbuzz.com for more details.
So I can drink.
Drink.
Thank you. Thank you. Lindo, tell me. What is the featured beer before we go any further? I feel like I should have that in front of me and I don't.
Got here, Linda.
What is it?
Yeah.
It's a beer.
Oh, I know
Yeah.
that.
Oh, God, here we go with the one-word answers. And that's two.
Yeah, let's do
It's
it.
beer.
Thanks. This beer is good.
We figured we'd get a beer that we would drink today that would be good for the seasonal change. We're starting to hope for warmer weather. I mean, we had a tease with this last week, and I guess you're
It
saying,
actually has the color of Ukraine on it, too.
well, it sure does.
By design? Probably
I don't
not.
know by design, but this beer is not a Ukrainian beer. It's a Canadian beer, and it's Dieu Du Ciel Sentinelle. And Dieu Du Ciel is one of my favorite breweries, and for a while there we haven't been able to get much lately, but all of a sudden they came out with 16-ounce cans and a whole line of different beers, and this one we chose because it's easy to drink any time of the year, but now that it's starting to warm up, it's perfect spring beer.
I have a question about the name because I want to make sure I got this right. I heard Dude Du Ciel. Like there's a leak over there, Dude Du Ciel. But how do you get it right? I want to make sure I got this right.
I say Dieu Du Ciel. Some people
close.
Yeah, but I'm not really good with like French stuff.
Okay, I just want to make sure in the listing going, I want to try that. They don't get it way wrong.
Go
But
ahead, Bill. You say it.
No, I say Dieu Du Ciel.
Dieu Du Ciel.
Sentinelle. And it goes back to a beer that, one of the first beers Lindo and I, when we first met, actually enjoyed together at the old River Street Ale House, was Pêche Mortel, a really, really famous beer by Dieu Du Ciel. And it is, as he mentioned, a Canadian brewery started by Jean-Francois in 1998. And it translates to, Dieu Du Ciel translates to God in heaven or good Lord. It's sort of an exclamation. And they opened very quietly on the first night, and then on the second night they had 300 people, thanks in part to Pêche Mortel, one of the more famous beers. Lindo and I did talk and discuss, how do we, this time of year you're in that transition, the summer beers aren't quite out yet, but maybe you're done with the big alcohol or big dark winter kind of beers. And this is a great transitional beer. It is a Kolsch style blonde ale. And Kolsch is a style we featured on the show many, many times. It is a hybrid ale. And I say ale because it uses, for the most part, ale yeast, but it uses lagering techniques. So it's sort of a hybrid between a lager and an ale. And that comes out in that sort of crisp, dry, delicate, light, refreshing, really drinkable beer. Would you say, Jason, drinkable?
Yeah, I got to be honest. The first sip, I was like, oh. Every other sip after that was really good. Like, so I guess it was a shock to my system, but then I really like it. It's really smooth and easy to drink, and it's good.
So American breweries or English breweries or Canadian breweries or anybody that's not brewing a Kolsch in Cologne has to call it a Kolsch style ale, because you can't be considered a Kolsch unless it's brewed in Cologne, and at some part throughout the day, your brewery has to have the shadow of the cathedral down on it, and if it doesn't, you can't be a Kolsch.
Now that's some weird old-time thinking right there.
It's the truth. So that's why you'll always hear Kolsch style, because it can't be a Kolsch if it's not brewed there.
Interesting. This is good, though. This is,
that is common in beers. A Belgian style beer is a Belgian beer brewed in America. You can't call it a Belgian beer brewed in America. Same deal with Northeast IPA or West Coast IPA. You have to put the word style in there. And I think this is really one of my favorite. I love Pêche Mortel, but this is one of my favorite easy drinking beers. Is it 16-ounce cans, Lindo?
16-ounce cans. Yeah, there's 7 different varieties from Dieu Du Ciel there right now, and we just got fresh bottles of Pêche Mortel as well. Fantastic coffee stout, a Blake coffee stouts. That's crazy good.
Which of your pizzas would go best for this?
All of them.
Okay, there you go. I was curious.
This is a really good pizza beer. I mean,
I was thinking that's one thing. It just feels like it would be perfect for pizza.
Thick extra cheese and onion with chopped garlic.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
I do
so
like
the beer is Dieu Du Ciel, and it's Sentinelle. Did I say it right?
So here I have the notes here. It's either Dieu Du Ciel or Dude Chill. Right? Dieu Du Ciel.
It's a really nice.
Dieu Du Ciel.
I love the container too. It's very, very nice and artsy.
It's nice.
Delicious
beer.
We're gonna run. Thanks, Bill, from My Beer Buzz. More beer news and everything up there all the time. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, have a good weekend. Thanks, guys.
And Lindo, enjoy that thing with the basketball. You know, get
March
your pizza.
Madness. And every pizza, by the way, goes with this beer. If it's wrong, ask for Lindo.
The Friday Beer Buzz, powered by Sabatini's Pizza and Sabatini's Bottle Shop and Bar in Exeter. The area's greatest selection of rare craft and imported beers. Growlers and crowlers and 37 rotating drafts at Sabatini's Pizza and Sabatini's Bottle Shop and Bar, Wyoming Avenue in Exeter. The Friday Beer Buzz, bringing good beers and good people together.